Hi guys, good afternoon, welcome back to Rick's Fishing. So it's the Easter holidays and I've got the kids with me today in case you're wondering where Sam is. Incidentally, Sam's just had a new addition to the family, so he won't be with me now for probably at least 3 or 4 weeks, which is just right. So I've got my 2 kids with me today as it's the Easter holidays, and we're actually back at Ashdown Forest Trout Fishery. So we're looking forward to a nice evening session for a few hours until dusk and hopefully get some evening rise action going. So yeah, I'm glad to be back and I'm hoping that I'll be able to leave a really good review today. So yeah, see you on the water.
Remember, like and subscribe to see where we go next.
Thanks, Child Day. Yeah, I just got up to the boat here, guys, so as you can see the kids are all ready to go, but I just wanted to point out that I've only been here 5 minutes and I've already seen loads and loads of fish rising, physically jumping out of the water. There's fish just breaking the surface all over the place, so I suspect there's probably some buzzer hatches at the moment, but it's just a really encouraging sign. Oh yeah, a little bit of history about this place. I was reading on their website. It's actually very fascinating. This fishery dates back to medieval times, and it was initially dug out to power a mill, which was then used to bore the cannons of the English fleet at the time. And subsequently, the mill was then used, presumably for grain or something like that. Right guys, so we're out in the water, and what I've done is I've rowed over to the weir, where Sam and I ended up finally locating a few fish on the last visit. And so naturally, to try and increase my chances of catching something early on, I'm just drawn back towards this spot. So, and in fact I'm using the same fly that Sam used, well, and Sam also lent me that fly as well. So the fly that we all caught on last time was the black and green Montana. So I've got an intermediate line, 12-foot leader, and yeah, we're back in the same spot, just seeing if we can pick up our first trout. There are plenty of fish actually rising around the entire lake, and that's really encouraging. The other setup, incidentally, is going to be buzzers, because obviously there's evidence that the fish are feeding on buzzers, and I really was tempted to use a buzzer straight away, but like I said, I'm just drawn to the method that got us our fish last time. Right guys, we've got a fish on, literally in the 3rd cast. Just felt a little pull and then nothing, and then literally it took. So yeah, 3rd or 4th cast at Ashdown Forest Trout Fishery, and I got a trout on. Can we let it? Yeah, fantastic, well done. That is definitely a thumbs up for Ashdown. Well done guys. There we go guys. Decent little rainbow trout, probably £1.5, £1.75, and that fell to a black and green Montana with a gold head. Right, so yeah, this is turning out to be the opposite of the last trip, where it took us literally half a day to catch our first fish. I've been here 15-20 minutes, so yeah, definitely a big marked improvement from the last visit. I'm pleased to report, and I will definitely be back again. The only trouble I've got now is that I purchased a 2-fish ticket, caught 1 fish on my 3rd or 4th cast. So I think what I'm going to do is, rather than just stay here and pick up another, I'm going to change tactics, because I can see trout rising left, right and centre occasionally. Yeah, I can see trout rising, so I think what I'd like to do is just try and get some buzzer action in. So we got suspended buzzers, and we just got some normal buzzers. We even got some gold head buzzers, just because the buzzer itself is an ascending pupae from the bottom, and it does occupy various water columns until it gets to the top and emerges and flies off. So yeah, I think we'll try and take advantage of the little bit of a rise that we can see that's pretty much ongoing. What I want to do now is try and take advantage of some of the buzzer action that's going on. There's the occasional trout jumping, probably every 30 seconds we're seeing some movement on the water, so I'm assuming there's some buzzers subsurface. So what I want to do is I want to pop this little, if I can show you properly, I want to pop that little pattern on. That is a black and red Dennis the Menace suspended buzzer, and that was tied by Alan Hogg of Fritz and Flash Flies online, and it's a barbless pattern. So yeah, we're just going to let that sit subsurface, suspended by its little foam head, and we'll see if it works its magic. Doesn't really matter what direction I'm going to cast in here. I'm just going to cast her straight out first, because literally there's been movement 360 degrees. Okay, so we're just going to let that fish statically, potentially maybe just do a very, very, very slow figure of 8 just to get a little bit of movement and just cover a bit more water. But yeah, essentially what I'm going to do, watch the end of the floating line, and obviously 13 feet beyond it should be that suspended buzzer, but assuming we don't see the take, we will see the fly line move. It's also worth pointing out, guys, just to tell you a little bit more about the fishery, that this is probably one of the only fisheries, well, certainly that I've been to in the southeast of England so far on my journey to visit a different fishery every time, that actually has boats for hire. I'm not saying it's the only fishery around, but it is one of the only fisheries around to offer boat hire, and very reasonably priced too, at £5. Right, there's a little bit of a ripple on now, which will help camouflage my fly line. Oh yeah, fish on, fish on. No, I didn't even see that take, but what I did see was I see my floating line just move out. Yeah. Right, Amaya, do you want to do the netting this time? Woohoo! Brilliant. Who's doing the netting for me? Fantastic. Subsurface trout. Well, this trout's swimming around the entire boat here. Right, put the net in the water, darling. Just hold the net in the water and I'll bring the trout to it. Good girl. This trout's just on a 360.
Where is it? It's under the bar. Should we drop the anchors?
Oh, that was so satisfying.
So like this side. Whoa.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Hogg, for your fly pattern.
Sorry, Annie.
Black and red, Dennis the Menace, suspended buzzer, barbless, size 12. Right, just going to let the fish tire itself out a little.
Oh, I just saw it. So that's nothing then. Nice. Oh, look. I feel sorry for it.
It's a decent sized fish as well. Oh, I really wish I had a 4-fish ticket now. Right, put the net in the water. That's it.
I mean, you can't.
Oh, just got off.
Oh.
Okay, we'll try again. Never mind, we'll try again. Okay guys, so yeah, I've been trying this Dennis the Menace suspended buzzer now for a further, what, 15-20 minutes after losing that trout. And during that time, the rise seems to have kind of died. So I'm thinking those trout may have moved slightly deeper. There is still the occasional one, but nothing like it was. So yeah, so we're going to come away from subsurface and just going to pop on just a normal straightforward, hope you can see that, sorry guys, just a normal straightforward buzzer pattern. This colour orange has done well for me in the past, so that's my go-to in the present. And this buzzer will just sink very, very slowly throughout the water column, and I can just give it little tweaks, little pulls, just to mimic that ascending buzzer as it works its way through the water columns. So yeah, let's give this a go. Sean.
I'd say it was answered.
Fish on. Now, I think I lost those last two because my leader was 13 feet.
I think I'll be using odds now.
Oh, come on. So what I've done is I've shortened this leader so as I can actually lift that rod out of the way. I've shortened this leader so as I can actually play this fish when it gets close to the boat. Am I bring the net round? Good girl. Right, let's see if we can get this back to the net.
Please. Oh man.
We don't want to lose this fish. We've lost the last 3. It's not ready. We're ready. It's not. Give me the net. Give me the net.
Give him. Is it gone?
No, it's still here.
Oh, I could have just netted it.
It's in.
There we go. There we go. We got it.
Yes.
Oh, that fish was hard earned.
I think
It really was.
Oh,
Do you think that was me praying?
that's you, Brent. That's what? 6 pulls, 4 hookups, and second fish on the bank. That was hard earned. Right, let's take a look at it. Right, guys. So that's what that took. That little kind of black and green and gold buzzer, and yeah, we had. I think we're probably out of maybe a dozen casts, had about 6 pulls, maybe 2 or 3 hookups, all lost. And then finally we get this one. So yeah, decent fish, probably about the 2 pound mark. Really hard fighting fish as well. So yeah, that's our little trip at Ashdown done. We'll see you on the bank and we'll give you our honest review. Right, pop it onto the scale. Is that the bigger of the 2?
Yeah.
Right, and then what we do is we add these little weights. Hi guys, that's the evening session at Ashdown Forest Trout Fishery finished, and we were there for about 2 hours, and what a huge contrast to the last time Sam and I went there a few weeks back. So if you haven't seen that last episode, basically it was just very, very tough going, but I'm not going to go into any more detail because the episode's out there if you want to watch it. But it was just really tough going, and subsequently I received a letter from the new fishery manager explaining that the fishery hadn't been stocked properly for a while because their supplier had let them down, and subsequently she messaged me to say that the fishery had now been stocked and she wanted to welcome me back to have another go. So I thought that was very, very gracious, and I thought it was very, very good customer service as well. Very good customer service to acknowledge that obviously it didn't fish well first time around. Here's the reason, but you know, please come back and you should have a better experience. And so we did. I was only there for 2 hours, and as you've seen in the episode, I got my 2 fish ticket fulfilled with 2 fish on the boat. And what you probably didn't see, because it doesn't make for very good footage, is that I lost 4 fish and probably had another 3 or 4 takes on top of that. So just in our short, brief little 2 hour session, we essentially connected with 10 trout. So yeah, basically, just to summarize and just to recap, had a very, very positive experience this time around. I will definitely 100% be back. I think that the facility to hire a little flat bottom boat is a really good facility, and it's not available at that many fisheries that I've seen in the southeast of England. So that's one huge draw. And you know, we went there just for a couple of hours this evening. We deliberately picked this end of the day as opposed to my usual early morning sessions. Number one, because didn't want to get the kids out of bed too early, but number 2, I just wanted to experience a nice evening rise on the boat, and that's exactly what I did experience. Yeah, just nice to see fish moving around constantly as well. There was some fish actually jumping clear of the water, and there was lots and lots of subsurface action. So yeah, massive contrast to the first time around. I know I'm coming away from Ashdown Forest Trout Fishery able to erase the bad experience that I had last time, and just now have that fishery in my head as a cracking little venue, and I'd hugely recommend that you guys check it out. So yeah, thanks again to the fishery manager Ursula. Didn't get the chance to meet you this evening, but I will hopefully meet you on one of my future visits. Alright, so thanks very much guys. Thanks also for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to see where we end up next. Thank you, bye.